What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling exceptional today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the greatest, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Now, the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Saturn, maybe Uranus. I'll have to look at that, Cancer. This one's for you. And I do tarot cards reads based on our ruler here, the good old Moon. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going void. Of course, just all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, never force reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just wonderful energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Venus Day. Hopefully it's payday for you, maybe. But hope you maybe you're thinking about maybe going out for a date there, Cancer. Maybe just going out there, appreciate the beauty of the world. Go see some art. Just go bask in the abundance and this beautiful energy that Venus brings. And also, Cancer, still got a bit of that new moon energy, but now the moon is in Aquarius. And with this new moon in Aquarius energy, this is great for thinking about, I feel, how is it that whatever it is that you've been or are setting out to do for this new lunar cycle, how it can, like, what impact will it have as far as like on a group setting as well, you know, with your friends, maybe even like your work groups, maybe even like even like your hobbies. Oh, yeah. Okay. Interesting, Cancer. Hold on. Let me. Okay. You'll see why I'm all this double checking here in a second. But this is, yes, as far as it's just like how do you as an individual shine through, or this thing that you set on, how it does impact those around you, as well as yourself, and maybe even what ways that we can embrace any sort of like technology even in the mix with this, Cancer, because Aquarius is a very technological sign as well. So are there maybe some apps that we can work with that that you're utilizing for your gifts, or maybe there's some sort of other little innovative tools or innovative ways we can go about going or tackling this thing that you set out during this new moon cycle. So that's something to even think about there, Cancer. And even just, this might even be something like sharing your intention, and maybe you can turn it into a group thing, as far as like maybe you're starting a new, maybe switching up your diet a little bit, and maybe some others might be curious and want to get up, make it more of a thing, or maybe you're starting to walk more, and maybe you can turn this into like a neighborhood thing, maybe, or see, or just even, just like kind of partner up there, Cancer. I feel like, how does that help kind of bond? And really, I feel like thinking about the future too, when you think with Aquarius energy, how do you feel like this is going to impact you long term there, and what steps we can take in order to get to that energy there, Cancer? But this is a very, I like this place for the moon, as far as like get you kind of think outside of the box a little bit, as far as like where you're going to manifest and things. So very dope energy with this new moon in Aquarius energy here. But Also, Cancer, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links to them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching, Cancer, so check them out. They're a very fantastic group. I think you'd enjoy them. But also there's some links for astrologers that I like watching, some links for some different resources that I like utilizing, so got that description box lit for you. But Cancer, so check this out. I know we just talked about this, but we got that last quarter moon in Pisces energy again, which is that talk less and feel more. And so, Cancer, let's dig into this a little bit more. Because speaking of technology, when we're talking about with Aquarius, I do feel that this is. I feel that this. I'm feeling like how with the detachment aspect of Aquarius, I feel like this is sort of like maybe detaching from like the trends and like the popular sort of trending things that are going on. Granted, what they are right now, Cancer, that's a little outside of my wheelhouse, so that one I'm gonna have to look to you for. But I feel like it's kind of chattering out all of those that noise, as far as like you see we get bombarded with ads as far as like try this new now try this new quick hack, or try this thing, try this, try that, try that, try that, and it's just like it can be, I feel, very overwhelming sometimes with all of that stimulation and feeling like you need to do and be all of the things at once. And I feel that this is more so, again, kind of connecting with what you feel is best for you at this moment. And it could be this thing, but I do feel like it is just making sure that this isn't something that is just sort of trend that's not, that you may do for like a week or two and then it just sort of falls off there, Cancer. I feel this is something we want to make sure we stick to, we want to see through there and truly integrate into the betterment of yourself. And so, yeah, I feel like it's cutting down less of the talk of others, as far as like like what I say at the beginning, you take what resonates with you and leave the rest with them. But I feel like it is making sure that you're not just forcing something on yourself just because you feel like this is where society is moving and things along those lines. And I feel that's very appropriate too with Aquarius, because that's the trickiness with their sign. The sun is technically in detriment when in Aquarius. And that's because now we've gone from that sort of individualistic energy and self expression of Leo, the natural sign that they rule, into Aquarius, where they still do value that individuality, but it is more kind of, they're more influenced by the sense of where the collective and where the group is going. So I feel like you can still do this energy, but it's just like, how do you bring your unique authentic self, and what is it that how does that apply to you as well, and then how do you turn it into your own thing, even in a sense, because maybe you can even take an idea and tweak it a little bit so that it has more of your type of flavor there, Cancer. But let's get a little bit more on this energy. Let's dissect this a little bit more, Cancer, because how fascinating. Because I was even just gonna be like, maybe I'll just pick a different card anyway, but it's just like, nope, Spirit wants this for a reason. So it's like when we had that, what was it, like 2 or 3 days of that dissolve card or whatever, what was going on in that one lunar cycle. So, well, all right, Cancer. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on here. Oh, interesting. I was kind of sensing that Hanged Man, and I thought that's what this Ace of Wands was, this Hanged Man. But here's the Hanged Man, Pisces, one of Pisces rulers. But you have the Hanged Man, the Judgment card, the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and then the Ace of Wands here, Cancer. And let's start with that Hanged Man. Because the Hanged Man is seeing things from a different perspective there, Cancer. If we feel that we've been trying to force something, a certain trend, like let's say, for example, when that like maybe like keto diet was going all the craze, and it's just like, you've been trying to incorporate this thing, but it seems to like work for everybody else, but it doesn't work for you. I feel like that doesn't mean that you have to keep kind of like again forcing this, or like sacrificing your energies and time and resources in order to do this thing. We may just need to go about this in a different type of direction there, and really ask ourselves, is what is it that we can still wish to want to get in better shape, let's say, for example, but just do it more so in a thing that just resonates with us more, something that we can really be passionate about and put our whole hearts into, with the Knight of Cups there. And so we know that we're going to follow through and go through and see this rebirth in energies through. And when you even think about the Judgment card, Pluto, this is Pluto can deal with that sense of power. And I feel too, it's just like, are we giving our power to all of the noise and our energy here, the Ace of Wands? Are we giving our power and energy to something that, what, like in authority is what I'm trying to get at, and thinking about where we may sacrifice our autonomy to, and where we're putting our growth in things, and whose hands are we putting this into, Cancer. And also remembering that you do have this, it's this life isn't just like a one glove fits all type of journey there. Otherwise it'd be just kind of boring there, Cancer. What would be the point of that? I do feel like this is really, you're really tuning in again to source and seeing where these energies are divinely trying to divinely guide you there, Cancer. So what is it that you truly wish? And then I feel like it's paying attention to that. you know a lot of people are big fans of going to the gym, and you need that kind of workout space. I'm not a big fan of that, so I personally work out from home, but that works out for me. But I know that that doesn't work out for everyone. I recommend it if that's something that people are curious in, but it's one of those things you never would force someone, or be like, well, or try to tell them that their way of doing it is wrong, or is not as effective, or doesn't, blah blah blah, this and that. So yeah, just something I feel like something to think about there, Cancer. Well, all right. Let's get a little bit more on this, Cancer. All right, Cancer. Thank you. Ooh, there's Aquarius. I love when you sync up with the energies, Cancer. So you have the Three of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the Page of Swords, and then the Star card here, Cancer. And the Three of Wands is this energy that's, I feel that when we follow our own path, Cancer, really follow our North Star in a sense, this does open up different opportunities for you. It creates your unique path in a sense, as opposed to following the path of others that may have laid out there, been tried and true. Just making this sense for you, like forming your own ideas. And I feel like walking away from this attachment that you need someone to tell you what to do in order to accomplish this thing. You know, it's no one knows your experience in your body better than you do, and your needs, their Cancer, better than you do. And I feel like it's always remembering that, even from the latest trends to, unless I'm not knocking like doctors or anything, but like even like medical professionals, where they do know how to diagnose, and tell you what it is. You go to them telling them what is going on with you. And I feel we don't want to lose again that uniqueness, our potential, in a sense there, Cancer. And I feel for some that there might even be some healing that may be coming from this. Maybe we had a certain thing that we really wholly invested in, and things didn't quite work out, or this certain idea that may have went south, or whatever that may be looking like. And now it's just like that we may need to process and heal. And what does that look like going forward? Walking away from that what's something that we may have idealized, in the past there. So, and I feel this Eight of Cups, where it can feel like that if we had spent a certain amount of time on something, or whatever that's looking like, that we can see that as, well, oh, I gave all this stuff up, I lost all these things. It's just like, well, you gained a lot more than you lost, because you learned some lessons there, Cancer. You learned about what resonates with you, what doesn't resonate with you. You gain this sense of autonomy. You've grown, in a sense. You've gone through this rebirth, and come out a brand new you, knowing better. But first we needed to see where, and even thinking with that Pisces energy, Pisces does have trouble with boundaries. And now, and I love this Eight of Cups, Saturn and Pisces. And this could be where it's like we learned where we get made be mindful about giving into the influence of others, trying this, like, oh, do this lemon juice hack, or do this. I saw something where it's like someone put like a spoon over their eye, and I've not watched the whole thing all the way through, but where someone's putting like a spoon over their eye and then tapping on it with another spoon. This is doing a lot. But it might be something. I've not looked at it, but it's just like excuse me. I just feel like it's, you're when you walk away from these things, you're making space for some new stuff to come into this energy, Cancer. When we get into we'll start to talking about the Eight of Cups. And but it all comes down to, again, where Aquarius is a very intelligent sign, very one of the mind, and where something may make sense logically, we have to factor in, we're not just logical creatures there. We have emotions as well. We have to tune into our feelings, and that can be a tricky thing with Aquarius sometimes. And so that's something I feel like even being mindful of there, Cancer. And not trying to be so fixated, or maybe so dogmatic, as far as like, this is where I have to go. And and I even feel too there, Cancer, just with how great nurturers that we are, I do feel like on the flip side, making sure that, like I was saying, as far as like forcing ideals, where something may have worked for you, that's not something where we're telling others that, well, you have to do it this way, or it's just like, well, or otherwise your life's going to be very difficult. And it's just like, it may not be. It really depends on the individual. So that's just something I feel like to be aware of as well there, Cancer. And really just, again, kind of connect with internally, and just figure out what you want. But let's go ahead and get some advice from Saturn and Uranus. Wrap this thing up there, Cancer. Oh, and there's Pisces. All right. Okay. Let's see what's going on here, Cancer. Thank you. All right, so you have the Moon card here, Pisces, the Hermit card, Virgo, the Death card, Scorpio, the Ace of Swords, and the Knight of Wands here, Cancer. Is that everything? Yep. All right, and let's switch back over. Because I feel with this Cancer, you are in charge of where this change is going, how you want to change, how you want to evolve, what ideas do you want to embody and take on as your own. And I feel that try not to let, with the Moon card, it's like letting fear of not sure if what you're doing is it the right way, you know, make you fearful of trying something new there, Cancer, that again works for you, that gets you excited here with the Knight of Wands. Because I feel like there's way more success when this is something that really resonates with us, and we can really kind of put our energies to there when it kind of comes from within. And we just we talk less, you know, as far as like, and then cut down again the chatter that's going on, and really feel internally what internal changes that we really are needing. And and then letting that light shine there, Cancer. And then who knows, maybe what you're doing inspires other people to do the same thing as well, and then maybe you'll be one who can put a source out there and be something where people can consider something to do. But it will, at least now, and if you so choose there, Cancer, but at least, you know, you can share your adventures and your progress. And not, I just don't mean like online or anything like that, if that's not what you're feeling there, Cancer, but even amongst your social circle and things along those lines. So, and even on the flip side, you know, just on the flip side, I do feel that there could even be this, again, keeping an open mind, but not just taking it at just like at face value, in a sense. Just like just because someone says something, that doesn't mean that it's always true. Like, I remember, so I have this grounding mat that I have when I'm doing recordings. And I was staying with someone at the time, and when I'd heard about this, when they were describing all this stuff, I did some quick research real quick, and I was like, "Oh, that's fantastic, bet." And it's something that felt right for me, and it's been lovely ever since. I even got a whole thing for my bed to even to cover it with, but it was something that felt right for me, you know. So it resonated with me. So I feel like it is keeping an open mind, but again, it's that balance, you know, not just taking it. I did research with it. It wasn't just like, oh, get this just because such and such said so. And I didn't know this person from Adam, but I knew that I liked how they were talking. I liked something. And even when I think about their ideas as a whole, there's some things that I do really like what they sell in there, or, you know, like things that they're talking about as far as like different life hacks and beneficial things. But there are other aspects that they'll talk about that we could just debate about. But I feel like that's the healthy part of this journey there, Cancer, that there is more than one way to go about this journey. So I think I'm going to leave that there, Cancer. I like that. I was wondering how this was going to take on a different flavor there, but that did take on, I felt like that definitely was a little bit different, from a little more nuance than yesterday. So I like that, Cancer. We're kicking this lunar shenanigans. I'm digging this Oracle deck for sure. But Cancer, if you like that, or if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this, Cancer. If you know someone who's, you know, just kind of not, maybe just sort of lost their individuality in a sense, you know, just been sort of going with where just the flow of the tides. Ooh, do this thing, do that thing, try this hack, try that hack. And it's just like, that can be a lot sometimes. And it's just like, don't forget, Cancer, what we feel really matters. And if it doesn't feel right for you, it's not gonna stick. Yeah, it's just I've always feel like that's a really great indicator to tell whether a Cancerian is interested or something or not. Just watch their actions. If something doesn't really resonate, it's just like, or if you're not just like, I'm not feeling it, it's not gonna happen. It just won't. So it just says, excuse me. Hold on one moment, Cancer. Alrighty. And subscribe there. You star, hit that bell button to get notified when I release videos each day. And then last little bit. Check your chart there, Cancer. Check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus placements for your readings. But check your whole chart there, Cancer. Learn more about yourself. Feel how your energies resonate with you and what your needs are. And then come on over to my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do weekly videos, monthly ones. I'm actually wrapping up the monthly ones right now. I've got to do Capricorns and Aquarius. So, but it's a good old time. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here. Ooh. So I can get you out of here, Cancer. Interesting. So you have the the Tower here, Cancer. And that's very interesting when the Tower, the Judgment, and the Death card pop up for me. This is a very big energy for just like really dynamic type of change there, Cancer. That's like really, really intense growth because the Judgment card, Pluto, and the Tower, Mars, are both rulers of the sign Scorpio, the Death card. And I feel that this is, especially if you've been following, if you've not been, if you've just been sort of a follower in the sense of where your life has been going, I feel that this Tower is more so asking, again, that sense of autonomy, having this sense of control as far as like realizing that you just don't have to listen to just every old thing that comes through their, Cancer. You just got to feel where things make sense for you, where the foundations need to change. And how we go about that change, again, resonates very differently with everyone. So, yeah, very interesting with this Tower here. And I feel like this is you really kind of taking action there, Tower. Taking action there, Cancer. So, yeah, again, only you really know where things can really need to have this deep change here, Cancer. But let me get your other oracle card here, which, if you had made it to the end yesterday, I apologize. I forgot to do your surprise card yesterday. I was a little cramped for time there, and like right as I finished, I was just like, I just kick myself. So let me get actually get your other surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Cancer. And I hope you didn't get a chance to set some intentions there, Cancer, as far as your whatever it is that you wanted to embark on for this new lunar cycle there, because it was a very powerful port. I was up yesterday doing manifesting around the hour of Saturn there, and I'll include in that time. Is it Time Nomad? Yeah, Time Nomad. There is this app that does keep track of the planetary times and the days there, Cancer, and that does help heighten your manifestation powers. So something to think about. But all right, Cancer, and I like this. You got the prayers and wishes card here, and I like that too. Coupled with the star card, and considering that Aquarius again, it's the star card. But I feel like that this is taking stock as far as like what are your personal prayers, what are your wishes, and what really resonates with you. And I feel like, again, those wishes, I feel like, have more of a chance to come to fruition and come to this light when we when this is something more personal to us, when this is something that comes from deep within their Cancer, when we talk less and feel more and become more attuned with ourselves and with the universal energies there. And even like even with this like Nine of Cups energy, that can be a wish card for me as well. And I feel that, so this is a very big, what you wish is can really manifest, but I feel like it is making sure that this is something that you really do want there, Cancer. So pay attention to these wishes, these things that you manifest there, and then look at you dropping that coin in that bottomless well of love that you are there, Cancer. So I think I'm gonna leave that there, but you stay safe out there, Cancer, with all these noise and people throwing all types of different things at you. There are all types of things to try there, Cancer, but just take what resonates with you, leave the rest with them. You keep eyes on the moon, feel her. She's still hiding right now. She says she doesn't want anybody to see her right now. But yeah, feel the energies, Cancer. See where they're trying to lead you, and I will catch you on the next one. Moon Day. Or Monday, Cancer.